your practice. My name is Libby. I'll be guiding you through some poses using the chair today. All poses can be done either with just the assistance of the chair or on the chair itself. Be mindful of the practice. The only rule is to be safe. So if any pose is feeling uncomfortable or unsafe, please come out of it. One thing that you might want to look out for is keeping your head above your heart. So in all the poses I'll be doing today, we'll have our head above our heart. If you're reaching for your water, reach like this. We don't want to be reaching like this because then our head comes below our heart. But please do take water breaks. So go ahead and get yourself some water. If you'd like to put on some relaxing music, you may do that. And when you're ready, meet me here to get started. So we'll start with some centering. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Bringing yourself here, not just physically, but mentally as well. Letting go of anything that happened before you arrived to your practice. Letting go of anything that comes after, like your to-do list. I invite you to practice some breath work if it feels good. If at any time it doesn't feel good, just return to your natural breath. But if you'd like to practice some pranayama, inhale and count. And then exhale, count that same amount. So it might look like this. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. But your breath might have a different count. So I'll give you some space to practice with your own breath. About 5 rounds of breath. Whenever your mind wanders, just come back to the breath. Whenever that feels complete, just return to your natural breath. You can open your eyes. We'll stand up if it feels good to do some dynamic stretches to get warmed up. But these stretches can be done from the chair. If you're staying in the chair, you might scoot forward just to give yourself more space. Have your heels underneath your knees, and we'll be doing some twisting movement like this. So you can do that from your seat. Just remember to keep your hips moving with your knees so we're not overextending any joints. And we'll also be doing some arm movements that you can add along with. So if you'd like to join me standing up, feet are a little more than hip distance apart, and we're not locking our knees, we have just a soft bend in our knees. So let's start by just taking a little bit of twisting side to side. So as you twist, make sure your hip moves with your knee. If we keep the heel grounded, then it's going to be harmful for the knee, potentially. So just take some nice swing. Maybe they get a little bit bigger. Feeling those hips get warmed up. And if you'd like to add some arm choreography, we're going to reach the arm up by the chest. So left arm reaches towards the right chest, right arm reaches to the left, and then left arm towards the waist, right arm, left arm, right waist, right arm, left waist. And then switch to the chest, reaching up, and then reaching down, reaching up, and then reaching down. Let's do that one more time. Up, and then down. And then come back to stillness, find your grounding again. We're gonna take sunflower. So that is squatting down and then lifting the arms. So squat down and then reach. Just a little gentle movement. So if you're in the seat, it'll look like this. You're coming down and lift. Okay, so let's do a few more. Little bend and reach like a sunflower opening. One more. And then come to mountain. So feet about hip distance apart, palms facing out, chin level with the earth. If you're in a seat, this is your mountain. And let's all come to a seat. We'll move through cat-cow. So for our cow, we're just sticking our chest out a little bit. And then cat, we're going to start to round our spine, bringing the center of our spine towards the back of the chair. Head comes down, and then inhale, lift up for cow. Exhale, cat. Just keep moving through the spine, feeling the vertebra move. See if you can link your breath with the movement. So on an inhale, you're lifting your chest. On an exhale, you're rounding your spine. 2 more rounds wherever you are. And then come back to center. We're going to bring our hands up in front of our face and then twist to your right. And maybe find that chair behind you to hold on to. Your left hand can come on the outside of your right leg as you gently twist back. Remember to sit up tall. Take a few breaths here. One more inhale. And then exhale, come back to center. Again, we'll lift those arms up and then take the twist, finding our chair behind us. Right hand coming to the outside of the left leg. Left hand using the chair for support, or your hand might come to the side of the chair. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, maybe you twist a little bit more. One more breath in. And release the twist. Finding the right side of your chair, maybe you scoot a little bit to the left if you need the space. Reach your left arm up and then take a side bend. It's okay to bend that left elbow. Stretching the side, moving through all the different movements of our back. Inhale back to center, lift the arms out, and exhale. See if you can reach now to the left side, left arm or left hand using the chair for support. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. And then inhale, coming back to center, and release your hands. Side stretch. Oh, yeah, I did that. Okay. For this next part, we'll move our chair. I'm going to move to the back of it. For this next part, I'm going to be moving a little bit. You don't have to necessarily move, it just depends on your space. So I'm going to put that chair in front of me for some poses. And again, these poses can be done in the chair. So I'll start by standing. So stand behind your chair, and we're going to take chair pose. So using the back of your chair, just squat down a little. Find your chair pose, sinking your hips towards the earth, just to a comfortable amount. So if it's not feeling good for you, if your knees are speaking back to you, then you can just take a very slight chair or not take chair at all. And if you'd like to add the arms, you can reach the arms out and breathe through. If you are staying in the seat, you're going to come to the edge of the seat and just lift the arms out in front of you. You're still working, engaging your core. Deep breaths. One more breath. And then release the pose coming out of your chair. We'll just take some slight back bends. So either seated or standing behind your chair. You can lift your arms up and lift your chest a little bit towards the sky. Lift your heart towards the sky and hold. This will be the same movement if you're standing, but if you're feeling off balance or anything, then be sure to come to your seat. And we'll flow through it a little bit. We'll exhale, come out of the back bend. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Inhale, heart towards the sky. Exhale. Good. And lower the arms. Moving on to down dog. So from the seat, we're just going to reach our arms about face level for your down dog. So again, this is engaging your core. Of course, your arms are strong. If you're standing, you can use the chair and walk your feet back until your torso is parallel with the mat. So we don't want to go below that unless you know it's safe for you. And be mindful of the chair moving. So find a comfortable down dog for you. Take some breaths here. On an inhale, start to walk the feet back towards the chair and then walk them out wide. Point your right toes forward and a little bend in your right knee. We're coming into warrior two. So you can stay like this, or you can add one arm or both, gazing over the right fingertips. And remember, you always have the support of the chair. Stay here, breathe. If you're in a seat, you would knock that over. Your right hip is going to open, so your right toes are pointed out to the side, and then lift the arms, gazing over the right fingertips. One more breath. And inhale, come forward a little bit and let your right elbow come down to your right leg and reach over to the right. I'm not mirroring you this time, I'm sorry. For standing, so you're here in your warrior two. So you're just gonna maybe hold on here and then gently drop down into your side angle. If you'd like to add the arm, you can. Take one more breath. And come back to warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Shift forward until you feel that edge. And then come down, placing your hand on your thigh, keeping your spine long for triangle. If you want to reach the other arm back, you can. If you want to keep a bend in the knee, you can. So for seated, I'll try to mirror you this time. So from warrior two on the right, you're going to straighten that leg and then just slide down a little bit. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Nice deep breaths. On an inhale, gently come back up. Bring your legs back together, either in the seat or in the chair. And we'll practice horse. So horse, both knees will come out wide, and you'll just place your hands on your legs and just lean forward a little bit. So seated horse here. If we're standing, it's very similar. So walk both legs out wide, a little bend in the knees, and your hands can use the chair for support, or they can come up like so. I'll turn a little bit here so you can see. So holding your horse, placing those hands down anytime you need to. Nice deep breaths. If you want to inhale, just straighten the legs, and then exhale, come back down. You can flow a little bit. One more breath. And then walk the feet back together, starting from the beginning with down dog. So walking the feet back, or reaching the arms up if you're in a chair, seated in a chair. Nice deep breaths. And walk the feet back to the top. Feet come wide. This time, left toes pointed towards the left. And you can reach up into your warrior two, gazing over the left fingertips, keeping the hand on the chair or reaching it out behind you. I think I'll turn this way. So if I'm mirroring you though, this would be the left. From the chair, left leg comes out to the side, I'm mirroring you. And then arms come up. Or one, maybe the back arm is resting on your right thigh, gazing over the left fingertips. From here, reaching forward a little bit and then bringing your elbow down on your left thigh and maybe reaching the right arm up for side angle. We'll come back to standing. So we're in our warrior two and coming down. Or maybe placing the hand on the chair, side angle. And when you're ready, straighten the left leg and then slide down, keeping your heart above, or your head above your heart level. When you're ready, straighten the left leg, coming into triangle, so reach forward and then coming down, keeping the spine long. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Nice deep breaths. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Walk the feet together. Whether you're seated or standing, you want to walk those feet together, and then we'll prepare for horse. So walking the feet out wide, using the chair for support, and then just taking a little squat here. Arms can come up in front of you if that feels good. Nice deep breaths. You've got this. On an inhale, start to straighten the legs, lower the arms if they're up. Walk your feet in. Preparing for our balance pose. We've already worked on balance a bit with the other poses, but today's balance pose will be 5-pointed star. So I'll start with the standing version. So standing, your feet are going to be a little more than hip distance apart, maybe a little bit outside the chair. And you're going to start to bring your weight into your right side and point your toes, your left toes, down. Maybe even lift them up off the ground. You can keep your hands here for balance, or maybe lift the left arm up. Maybe lift both arms up. So we're keeping the balance with the left toes off the floor, just a couple inches, doesn't have to be very much. And to practice from the chair, you'll come to your seat and just extend one leg out and lift your arms. So you are engaging some of the same muscles our core muscles to do that. And then wherever you are, lower it down and switch sides. So this time you're bringing your weight into your left leg and your right toes are pointed out, or you're lifting your right leg. So from the chair, we'll be here. And from standing, we'll be here. So lifting one or both arms from the chair. And let's remember to breathe. Nice and strong. Come out anytime you need to. One more breath. And lower down. Shake it off. We'll do each side again. So hands down for support on your lap or on the chair. And then left toes point out if you're standing or forward if you're sitting. And then lift your foot off the mat just a couple inches. And then add one or both arms. And breathe. Think of each of your limbs moving and stretching like you are a 5-pointed star. So we've got all 5 points, reaching, stretching. One more breath and release. Lower it down, maybe you shake it off a little bit. Now right toes come out, maybe left arm reaches up and lift those right toes off the mat. Nice deep breaths. And one more breath here, nice and strong. And lower down. Good, shake it off. Grab some water. As we begin our cool down. So coming back to the chair. I'll back it up a little bit. So sitting in a comfortable seat, feet underneath your knees. Let's begin with the cat-cow again. So inhale, lifting or bringing your chest forward. Exhale, rounding your spine. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe and move. One more here, inhale, nice, and exhale. Bring your spine back to center. Maybe reach your arms out in front of your face. Bring your right hand down and take a side bend to the right. Nice deep breaths. Inhale back to center and take the left hand down, reach over to your left. If it feels good to have that arm a little more overhead, you can. If the arm doesn't feel good, you could just bring it down on the outside of your left thigh. And come back to center. We'll take the twist. So first twisting to your right, using your chair for support. Nice deep breaths, sitting up tall. And release the twist and bring it to your left. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. One more deep breath in. And relax. Moving on to eagle arms. So bring your right arm underneath your left and bringing opposite hands to opposite shoulders, maybe lifting the elbows a little. This is already eagle arms, but if you'd like to bring the backs of your palms together or forearms, you can do that, lifting the elbows. And another option is to cross, let's see, we did right arm under. So cross your right leg, right ankle on top of your left for eagle legs. Or just keep your feet planted. Wherever you are, breathe through it. One more breath in, maybe lift those elbows a little more. And then exhale, unwrap the arms, unwrap the legs, shake it out. As we prepare for the other side, left arm underneath the right, hug yourself, holding opposite shoulders, or bring the backs of your palms together. I like to wrap my fingers into my palm to hold it, and then lift the shoulders up. Option to cross the left ankle over the right for eagle legs. Take some nice deep breaths. One more breath in. And release the arms, release the legs, shake it out. And we'll scoot to having our right hip on the edge of the chair. So we can send our left leg back for a bit of a lunge. So maybe just getting a little stretch here in the hip flexor. If you prefer to do this kneeling on the floor or standing, you can also do that. So trying to stretch this left hip back, but keeping your torso forward, maybe resting your hands on your right thigh. And breathe. One more breath. And then start to release, coming back to center, and then you're going to shift so that your left hip is on the edge of the chair. Sending the right leg back. Maybe you have your hand on your hip or both hands on your front thigh. You can use your chair for support. Just think about breathing into this right hip flexor. Breathe deeply. One more breath in. And then slowly release, bringing your feet back to center. Our last cool down pose is pyramid. So extend your right leg in front of you. Inhale nice and tall, and then exhale, hinging from your hips. Just any amount that feels good to you, stretching the back of the right leg. Breathe deeply. And step that foot back to meet your left. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, hinge from your waist, keeping your spine lifted just until you feel that gentle stretch, and then pause. You might notice that one side is more open than the other, and that's very normal. Take deep breaths. And when that feels complete, coming back up, walking that foot in. You can just shake it off a little bit and sit all the way back in your chair for relaxation. So you might have your hands palms down on your thighs. You might close your eyes, or you might hold your palms out by your sides, palms facing up. Just find what's comfortable to you for relaxation. We'll take several breaths, and one option is with each inhale, you can recite in your head, I am not the mind. And on each exhale, you can recite in your head, I am not the body. It's just a way of letting go of thoughts and letting go of this feeling that you are your thoughts or your body, when really you're something much deeper than that. So let's begin with a nice inhale. I am not the mind. And exhale, I am not the body. And you can even say it out loud, since you're probably watching this video at home. It won't bother anyone. Continue with your breath, reciting, I am not the mind on the inhale, and I am not the body on the exhale. And whenever you feel your thoughts wandering, coming back to, I am not the mind, I am not the body. Continue with about 5 more inhales and exhales. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for your presence and thank you for your practice.